Welcome back to Tran wins Baldur's Gate 3. In this upcoming scene, you need to pick Persuasion. If you intimidate or use your mind powers, you do not get the inspiration.
Get over there! Surround them like!
I know you're there. Show yourselves.
You spotted us. Good. It's like they say. No fun in skewing a pig what doesn't know he's cooked.
If you pick this one, you begin the fight. We're gonna say there'll be no skewering happening here. Now let me pass.
We got you surrounded. Here's how this goes. You take one step further, and we'll fill your front with arrows. Or you turn around, and your backside gets the same treatment.
A strange symbol glows, marked on their flesh, and something within you stirs in response.
We don't want to pick this one, or even this one. We want Persuasion, that way we get the inspiration. Just let me by and we'll pretend this never happened.
Suppose it's best to save our strength for a real threat. Go on then. Just keep your nose clean.
Staring completed, just passing through inspiration gained. Even though it's his inspiration, it's just mainly for Charlatan, he doesn't get any approval with us. But most importantly, it gives us two things. One, it gives us about 120 extra EXP for talking our way through. 70 here, and then just a bunch of extra XP. Secondly, this allows us to sneak attack all these goblins because they're just letting us wander around. But before we do that, we're going to go ahead and find some ogres and recruit them.
Gnome never flew so high.
Haven't seen that game in years.
Tastes like chicken. No chicken. Tastes like fish. Gentlemen, contain yourselves. This quarrel sours our feast. Besides, tastes like pork. And what surprise is this? Brothers, look here. I have eyed yet another prize. Fortune favors our bellies. Stranger, be you friend or food, the mark is her measure. Show is the brand of the absolute.
You're quite eloquent for an ogre.
Am I not astonishing? A robust diet makes for a shrewd mind, you see. I am a gourmand. And you, a delicacy. Unless you bear the mark, of course.
If you kill him, you will get an item that gives you 17 intelligence. However, we'd rather recruit him, and we can always kill him later and get the item, so. I'll do you one better. I'm one of the Absolute's chosen disciples.
Indeed. How regrettable that your meat must go unsavored. Food? Food? Not food. Friend.
I notice you don't bear a brand of your own.
I've no use for the Absolute, or any god. I follow two masters only. Gluttony and greed. The goblins understand my appetites. They sate my hunger for gold. And the rest sate my hunger for meat. Boss goblin give gold. We check brand. Good deal. No talk.
I've seen few other ogres in these parts.
We follow the sense of blood and gold to all lands fertile, friend. And this land proves particularly fruitful.
Forget goblins. You should be fighting for me.
I am, by all accounts, a student of higher commerce and extortion. Make me an offer. Tempt me.
I'll pay you in the flesh of the fallen. You'll have your fill. By the way, if you pick this one and there are no enemies, they will turn on you.
A brilliant notion, and a boon to my aching belly. We have a deal, my tasty kibble. Take my bone horn. One blow, and the ground will quake with my family name. Use it when the need arises, and never a moment before. Ogre kill everyone around, then Ogre eats them. Well spoken, indeed. Ogre kill everyone around.
When you use the horn and you summon them, yeah, they will kill everyone around, and when the ogres attack neutral or friendly NPCs, that counts as you attacking them, just so you know.
We will keep close. When you are ready, sound the horn.
Additionally, they can attack your own party members in your own camp, which is kind of funny.
What's that?
This gives us another quest update, so let's go ahead and speak to her.
The tiefling's corpse stirs with the spell. You realize the tiefling's body has been torn open by huge hands.
Who did this to you?
Ogres, hungry, bloodied, screams.
Anything of value you happen to have?
True sight, no coin.
Where are you from?
El Turel, Zoru, friend.
What brought you to the village?
Strange warriors, gold, skin, silver blades,
Where did you see those warriors?
mountains, road, gate.
And that updates our progress on Lae'zel's quest.
That might be worth a look.
Over here is another Volo's journal and a backpack. I've heard Volo Bard. He sucks. Mostly because it keeps repeating every few seconds. If you did want to fight the ogres, they will take these boulders and everything else in the room and throw them at you, should you, for example, be up here in the rafters. You can also do things such as shoot these beams, which will immediately turn them hostile to you.
What's the roundup? Unless you like trash. Then keep.
Here's a magic item. I was clicking on it multiple times. It just doesn't click fast. Once I select my bonus, it always takes a little bit. So we get the Haste Helm. At the start of combat, the wearer gains momentum for 3 turns. We'll go and put that on you. It doesn't count as an armor piece, so his mage armor is still active. Alright, let's start picking off some of these goblins. So this is where we entered from. Why don't we also have her pick this up. And we'll let the rest of the group continue moving.
Deep breaths, Cal. Hold it together.
They didn't enter inside because the game thought I was trying to click on this roof. And there's another barrel over here. We'll pick that one up as well.
Keep a blade close.
No, I'm trying to move my party in multiple ways, but it's just not working well for me. Mostly because it keeps trying to pan my camera for me, and it lags when I pick a new character.
Not to my taste, certainly.
Should mind my step.
There's a book right here which starts a quest. The pupil surpasses the teacher. My master's weapons are almost complete. There's just one component left. Samson says the designs are a failure, but what's he know? He can barely see past his own belly. He stashed the prototypes and blueprints for now, but just you wait, Samson. Your legend is fading. A new one will rise in its place. So we'll end up dealing with that later. This is the only hostile creature to us in this town right now. Stealth successful. To give you context, this is where we entered the town from, and over here is where the Booyog was talking from on the roof. Over here are other combatants that will join this one battle. We went over here and talked to the ogres, so let's go back to where we are and we'll start dealing with the bad guys.
This way.
We want to keep our party out of harm's way, so let's move them over here and hide them. There is something happening in the building right here, but I want to wait on that because I have managed to get the enemies to die, and I have managed to get the enemies to die not by the player's direct actions, so I could use speak with the dead on them. There's a few other tests I want to do with that before we open that door, but there are enemies inside.
Moving.
Actually, this is not the first one we need to kill. So we're going to use Asterion to run around and snipe enemies. Hold on 1 second. There's something I can do to improve his odds. We're going to have Blessing of the Trickster on him. Grants another creature advantage on stealth checks.
You need some support.
Plans. Someone was intending to forge weapons.
They're sketches. More like early drafts than final blueprints.
Okay. And we have our crossbow equipped, so let's start shooting. You'll notice that because they're friendly, this is actually pickpocket, so you can hold control and you'll go and attack or pick any of your buttons here. Because I have these sneak attacks enabled, it'll automatically change my regular attack into a sneak attack when it's applicable.
Leave no tracks. Just like old times.
You want to avoid being seen by them while they look around.
Right.
This one's heading back to the roof, so we'll pick this one off.
One step at a time.
I didn't think I could actually make those jumps. Apparently she disliked Asterion between the first and second hits. Let's see if the others noticed the time.
Lightly.
No, they, at least if they did notice, they didn't care enough to become hostile to me, so I can still run around them.
Let's be quick. Don't linger.
Let's go and check some of these corpses.
Don't waste a step.
We want to keep the party near enough to provide support if necessary, but it's probably just easier to get Asterion to run away. Alright, if I want to climb up this roof, we'll use this ladder over here. While Asterion gets in position, we will go and get closer. We don't want to be so close that we get seen while they're looking around for whoever is doing this assassination stuff.
Best get going.
Don't touch me. Over here.
This might be a little bit more difficult. Let me think here. Gale. You do not have the cantrip I'm looking for. And they would actually ignore the cat as well. Let me think. There was a patroller right there. I see him. Let's start with him.
Ready or not.
These guys didn't notice anything.
Your actions have drawn the ire of someone nearby. A fight is inevitable.
Fortunately, this doesn't count as surprise because of the dialogue that happened, but we should still possibly kill this one. Believe me, this is still faster than turn-basing my way through the entire village.
There better be a soft bedroll in my near future.
This person might not make... she might not know how to navigate her way to that.
Time to press ahead.
Shall we?
this heap.
Step quick.
Time to press ahead.
And over here is where we got the ogres again, so we're almost done with this village. Got 2 left. This one and his friend right there. There's also a cliff way back there you could thunder wave them off of. Because it's outside my range. Is it really outside my range? Doesn't look like it to me. This is a surprise round for us.
No one back home will ever believe this.
If we run these supporters up while they are not in stealth mode, we'll actually engage a battle around here. So we'll move up in stealth even if they can't get that close because they don't have any stealth skills. This will allow us to help engage in battle anyways. I doubt he'll be able to get that close, but let's see. Yeah, he did get that close. He just didn't hit anybody with it. 94% chance. Alright. Generally, it's better to kill off an enemy because they can still work very well, but this is a surprise round. We're going to go ahead and focus our fire on him.
On my way.
Alright, I'm not sure any of the goblins really knew what was happening, but they're all dead now.
Onward.
So this, to give you, again, to keep things in perspective, because this village may be confusing at first glance. There's 3 buildings here, and then a windmill in this region. Everything else is pretty much an exit. I mean, I guess this is kind of a large yard, but entrance, entrance/entrance, entrance, and entrance. To make it easier for you to understand. We are now going to take a look at this building, which will give us access to a
So that's
magic
progress.
book. And there's so many things you can search, but many of them are empty. For example, this shelf has multiple bottle racks, but you're not going to really find anything there. Hold down Alt and pick up the things you want. Back behind the counter, there is a wooden hatch. Let's go and take that. This is an alchemy room. You can find some knickknacks if you choose to search around, but what we're really looking for is the important stuff. We failed our perception, which would have illuminated this lever, but most of the time you will never find the thing if you didn't successfully roll perception.
Swift as my feet can carry me.
You'll find some mushrooms. And in this room, an interesting thing happens with these caskets. The first time I entered here, I kept hearing monsters. I don't hear them right now, but if it wasn't my imagination, the ambient sounds of the enemies is a clue to tell you something is fishy here. most of these caskets hold a skeleton in there. And if you should open it, you get the enemy surprises you, and they get to open other caskets. I know I kind of spoiled it there, but I'm teaching you how to navigate this. It's more of a walkthrough. A lot of people write walkthrough in their videos, and it's just them playing it. I think that's different than a walkthrough. So if you want to open these caskets and kill these zombies and skeletons inside without being surprised, just attack it. You can also hit these stalactites, and it'll smash. Let's give it a shot. And that's that. There you go. Now there's a couple of them that don't have a skeleton in them. I think it's like this one, and well, I don't know. It doesn't really matter. You probably just want to shatter them all. So that's what we'll do. I don't know what she was trying to survival, but it's fine.
Talk to me.
I don't like that I can't swing at him, but he's close enough apparently to give me disadvantage. So that's what you do for all of them. We won't keep doing that, but that's what you would do if you wanted to get all the XP and the loot from them. One of the reasons why we brought Astarion along for this.
Speak your name.
We examine our appearance.
You do your best to wipe the dirt from your face and look presentable. Adventuring is murder on one's wardrobe, though.
Speak your name.
Examine the mirror, trying to understand its magic.
The magic is old and wavering, but you recognize it. The mirror is a thinking lock, hiding some secret. The face is crafted to be pleasing, but the personality is just a reflection of the wizard that created it.
Speak your name.
If you fail dealing with this mirror, a flaming sphere comes out of it and starts torching the room. This might awaken any skeletons you have left behind, as well as do damage to you.
I do not know this name. If you are known to my master, step forward and declare yourself an ally.
All right, you can answer a couple questions for this. That's fine. It might even be more interesting for you, though I personally don't find this mirror that riveting. What you want to do if you want +1 with Astarion is to intimidate this mirror. Open or I'll smash you to pieces. Bad luck be damned. Now this mirror is actually too tough for me to smash. Like I need to do something like over 20 damage to inflict any HP loss to it.
There is a pause as those glass eyes take you in. Then,
in addition to the +1 approval, we get Charlatan Mirror Master as an inspiration.
If not over, then through
a well-guarded laboratory. What were they hiding down here?
All right, there's all sorts of readable items here, but we'll mainly read this one right here. This will start off on a quest. Raise dead, failed. Reanimation, came back as ghoul. Speak with dead, unhelpful. Reanimation and clone, 2 ghouls. True resurrection, the book offers help. That gives us 15 experience and a journal updated to search the cellar. Well, I happen to know where we're looking. This is a trap, but all I can think it does,
a nasty surprise. Caution is warranted here.
Is turn on the braziers. That's all I think it does. Whoops, I wasn't trying to disarm it. That kind of helps. I'm clicking as soon as I go over the die. The die. Alright, these things will shoot fireballs. There's also a trap under the book, which you can just put any object on once you've taken a book. Or you can disarm the trap directly.
I'd better be careful not to trigger that thing.
And we should be good to take this. Well, instead of left-clicking it to interact with the book, we will right-click it to just pick it up.
Very well.
And we're done with this little alchemy lab. Let's take a look at our map so I can give you an idea of how we progressed. We've cleared the entire surface of these 3 buildings. This is the ogre building. There's nothing more to it than that. This is what I call the alchemy building. It has the evil book that we found. This is a much more involved area, which we'll cover later on. And over here is something that I wanted to save so I could do more research on it, because I did speak with the dead and found some unusual, what I think might be clues to something. I want to try to get that to trigger so I can get it on tape. And finally, we have this is the Windmill area. If we take a look at our experience points, we have 234 experience points are left to go if you take a look at remaining EXP needed. We need to actually farm just a little bit more and we can get a level up. Getting level 4 is pretty useful as it'll give some of our characters feats. This will open up my main character to become a paladin, and we're going to change Asterion to be a fighter. So 3 rogue, 1 fighter.
How long do you think you can
and we may reclass later, but for right now I think this will help out. So this group here, we can get them to retreat by using our Illithid power. If we do anything else, that's not as good as a result for us as far as approval goes. However, before we do that, let's pick off some of these guys, as long as it's not Fezzerk we kill. We're going to kill some of these, maybe all of them, other than Fezzerk. It's going to take me a long time of running back and forth to kill all of them without getting caught. So ungroup Asterion and get to work. Those prompts we've been getting, the Illithid power stuff, you just need to do a long rest. Strangely, the hirelings you get from Withers also can use Illithid powers. Now, when using other characters, keep in mind that you will be unlikely to earn approval or disapproval for that character as that character. But this is a good way to consume more Illithid charges between rests if you just switch to a character like this. There is a mysterious hole here, and Asterion has a funny comment.
Ah, someone had good taste in books.
This book had a wine bottle in it. And then he has another line.
Oh, that we're just a shameless alcoholic.
Good punchline. I wish there just wasn't as big of a delay. In this room down here, under the windmill, is the primary loot for this area, so it's probably the primary reason you'd bother doing it. First, you get a smoke powder satchel. 12 to 21 damage. That's pretty good. And then you get these medium armor boots that give you speedy sparks. Unfortunately, it does not combine with my Haste Helm. It says at the start of combat, the wearer gains momentum for 3 turns. All momentum does is gives me 1.5 meters extra speed, and that does not count as dash or similar action. Similar action is kind of vague, but and momentum has nothing to do with that. And also, if I were to put it on, I would lose my mage armor, which was cast in camp, right there. It just disappears. It just goes away. Because this is actually medium armor, which he's not proficient with anyways. But we want to pick it up nonetheless, because we can find uses for it later, I'm sure. Alright, so the toughest opponents to sneak attack kill are the wargs, because it's going to take basically 4 hits to kill them. We have 2 levers here. The lever on the left stops the machine, the lever on the right speeds up the machine. There is a gnome on this windmill, which the goblins are tormenting. We don't really care about that. However, freeing the gnome will give us 45 XP. Come on, I hit F. Sometimes it really does not register.
The worms will fake.
Alright. And that was our surprise round. Don't forget. There are many ways we can get out of here. We can hop back over, we can stealth and hide anywhere else. We can also just take it easy and hop down the hatch. Don't forget though, you can, as long as you get 27 meters away, you can just click this and your guy will go right back to camp.
For the absolute!
Remember, we don't actually want to kill Fezzerk. He would be able to see me enter the hatch, and he's going to promptly forget I'm in it, but that's how we're going to do this.
Let's try this.
And we can just hop back out, and we should be fine. Let's try to kill this guy before he returns back to the group. Panning over to our other squad. And I'm gonna hit F4 to go back to Asterion so I can watch what's happening here. That warg is going to be tough on stealth. And we'll wait a turn. I wish it wouldn't go to these characters. I don't care right now. Just... Fortunately, it looks like Fezzerk found me.
Let's go.
So you can continually enter and exit this ladder, or again, there's so many other ways you can do this. I just choose the ladder because it's the easiest way to do it.
I need to rest. The sunset can't come quickly enough.
Now I did pop out really quick, and it looks like we're spotted. That's fine. I should still be able to kill one of them at least. No! Because the camera panned after I was trying to go into the hatch. Alright, we'll wait a little longer this time. Alright, they are still not super hostile to the Asterion. I'm sure they're not too thrilled with them, but goblins, they don't care when they each other die, I suppose. Still need to kill that warg, which will be a tougher sell than the others.
Stop this thing! Scream of the
Now they think that he's behind that rock. That's how you would normally do this if you weren't cheesing it like me. You can also step further away. So instead of going down the hatch, just click this button. And it'll cause me to load the camp. In addition, I just lost my Blessing of the Trickster spell, which we can recast. Camp is loaded. All right, so how much experience do we have? We have 154 more to go.
Check. Go on then, make
There's still a few easy targets. There was this Devout right here. We didn't kill the Devout, unfortunately.
Nobody's listening.
That looks like Fezzerk. Yeah, we don't want to kill him. We want to talk to him. They're not going to find me. They're just going to hover right there.
Fly, birdie! Fly! Let me down! I'm about to hell! Go on then! Make it good!
Your indiscreet killing has earned you a new foe.
That should have been a surprise round. Fine. Yeah, it looks like they actually don't hate Asterion enough. I have had it where Fezzerk has become immediately hostile. I can tell because he's got a yellow aura, and when I hover over it, it's a pickpocket instead of automatic attack. Alright, how much we need? 114, so one more one more goblin should do
this all day?
Looks like we killed the one that was on the rock. That one's actually the hardest to kill.
Watch the shadows.
Alright, let's try again to kill this Devout.
Go on then! Make it good!
Let's move.
It did not kill him. It really looks like I'm in range. Okay, that one is dead.
Stop!
Wait for Fezzerk to return back to his spot. We want Asterion to do the mind control here, to use up his charge. And he doesn't gain approval for this, so it's fine to use him for that. Waiting for Fezzerk to return back to his spot. Right now he's checking to see where I killed that guy from, so he's probably right here.
Oh! Go on then! Make it good!
Need to disable their sneak, because they're just following behind like that.
Look what we got here! Another little birdie wanting to fly! Stop this thing! Flap those wings some more, and I'll feed you a worm. And you! Hope you got a stomach for heights!
What the hells are you doing?
What's it bloody look like? We're teaching this here pipsqueak to fly.
Let me rephrase that. Why are you doing this?
'Cause it makes me laugh.
It does look funny, I'll admit. Mind if I stay and watch a while?
We ain't looking for company, maggot. Not unless you want to join him up there. How about this? You pay a toll and go on as you like, or else you fly. Cough it up!
As the symbol glows, power courses through you. Authority.
Oh, let's try Detect Thoughts, Read the Goblin's Mind. I've got some scrolls to burn, so let's try that one.
That's a lot of coin, I think.
Oh, you can also do Speak with the Dead on Fezzerk. We're not worried about that. We actually want to specifically do Illithid Wisdom.
I'm going to pay nothing, and you and your cronies are going to leave.
You're a true soul. I didn't know. Wouldn't dare question you, never.
A shiver runs across your mind. You feel sated.
We'll leave you to it.
All right, we want to kill Fezzerk, so we just get a couple triggers that happen there. Number one, we used our mind powers, so we can actually have a conversation with our teammates. Number two, we got experience for our sweet-talking Fezzerk to leave, 70 experience points. And we've killed most of the guys, except for this one and this one. Well, let's try to finish them off. Fezzerk does have something that explodes on him, so we're going to try to keep him from throwing it.
Stop! I give up! Mercy, please! I know things. If you let me live, I'll make it worth your while. I promise.
Wow, I've never gotten this.
Talk and you might live, if it's worth my while.
My lot are camped nearby. I can get you inside. No hassle. You can loot it, do whatever. There's a hidden path. Past the bridge into the camp. Over to the side before you reach the first guards. Easy.
I want everything of value you have.
All right. Just don't hurt me.
I can still loot. Oh, I can take the smoke powder bomb.
Be brief.
Now he has surrendered, which I have seen before, but he didn't speak at that time. I think I knocked him down to like 1 hit point or something, and he surrendered. No, I remember. He threw a smoke bomb at himself in my initial practice run, and it would have killed him, except he surrendered. So maybe he would have talked to himself. That's probably why I didn't see it. He surrendered to himself because he was the one that did all that damage. Did I get experience for this? Yeah, I got quite a bit of experience for that. Oh. Well, I mean, that's very nice. Still don't care. Seem not to fight back. Even I know this because they've surrendered, but you would think that if I chose to continue attacking them, that they would not, or that they would lose the surrender. Oh, didn't kill him. Okay, no experience for actually killing them, but that's fine. Yeah, he opened up his inventory for us and actually gave us everything. He has, on what would normally be his corpse, the very heavy great axe. It's really very heavy, it says. Which sounds like it might be great for throwing, but because it doesn't have thrown as an icon, it would do 1 damage plus its weight damage. This was probably the biggest thing. This smoke powder bomb, 12 to 21 damage. What's its range? If I wanted to throw that, That doesn't tell me what its effective range is. Okay, so we would loot all of these corpses. But let's go ahead and talk to our teammates and see if we get that Illithid dialogue I'm looking for.
Almost pleasant traveling with company, if you ignore all the less pleasant aspects.
I did not get it. It might have been because Fezzerk interrupted and gave his own dialogue. Normally, your characters would gather around and say, oh, we can control people's minds. Maybe we should not use this power.
We'll leave you to it.
I went ahead and loaded so that I could show you this dialogue. We're going to distance ourselves from Gale real quick because Shadowheart provides the better argument. By the way, words can talk.
Yes.
So the tadpole allows us to influence others. How very interesting.
Don't get too excited. Influence comes at a cost. And until we know what that cost is, the only reasonable approach is a cautious one.
You have the ability to manipulate people, make them bend to your every whim, and you'd be cautious about it? That's no fun.
Such powers of manipulation could be useful, and if it makes our enemies more malleable, all the better.
My point exactly. I'm so glad you agree.
Alright, and then we will go ahead and show you the lever we won't be pulling in our current playthrough of the recording. We will be pulling this one, which will save the gnome, but we're going to pull this one, which gives the gnome his due.
What the? Oh, Birdie just flew away!
Right, we'll get it sorted.
You don't get experience for this. Alright, let's go ahead and load back to our current playthrough. Go ahead and pull the correct lever. Although we are playing a neutral evil or even chaotic neutral playthrough, it doesn't mean that we can't do good deeds, especially if the payout is better, whether it's items, experience, or even more fun adventures to be had.
What are you waiting for?
In this case, this is obviously the start of a bigger quest, and we can always screw them over later.
Cut me loose!
What's in it for me?
Free me and find out!
You're a cheeky little gnome, aren't you?
Ugh. Bagakabara. Those pustulant thugs! Well, get on with it. Whatever you are.
That's pretty rude.
You won't feel a thing. It's not stealing, it's acquiring.
Thanks, Will. It's not stealing, it's acquiring. Get on with what?
You saved me, now you'll extort me. That's how this works, yes?
I'd rather know how you got caught.
My own fault, really. I should have dropped my pack and outrun those bastards. Alas. Take my pack, if you can find it. The only reason those goblins caught me was its weight. I'll travel lightly from now on.
You're a little far from home for a deep gnome.
Ignorance is alive and well, it seems. Deep gnomes aren't restricted to the Underdark, you know. I've lived in Baldur's Gate for years. I'm in search of a friend. I fear he's in trouble. He had this locket, see, that I gave him years ago before leaving home. I found it round the neck of a thug in Baldur's Gate. It was speckled with blood. My friend, nowhere to be found. But I still have hope. I have reason to believe he's in the Underdark. Hopefully, I'll pick up his trail from there. I always help my friends. On that note, I bid thee farewell. If we should meet again, well, we will have met again.
Folk hero, the most unfortunate gnome, and that's why we have our new party. He threw a tantrum about me talking about the Underdark, and he's already saying like, oh, I'm actually heading to the Underdark. Like, dude, I was right in the first place. There's a key up here. Let's go ahead and get it. Will's sleight of hand is not as good as Asterian's right now. He is right here. You can also torch this and hop on in. But we'll take the way that most people will probably take, which is the door. You'll want to feather fall when you enter this area, which I believe Will does have. Yes, it's right there.